What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the adult. Alright, man, look. I'm sitting on my patio having a good time. I'm reading Boxing Monthly. So I decided to go and cut a video. I was just thinking, there's a few cool things on here though, and there's a few cool articles. They're talking about this is a UK magazine for those who don't know. And they're talking about Chris Eubanks, his plans on collecting all the belts. They talk about million dollar Katie Taylor. Have a nice article on her. That's what I'm going to read now. Brush up on female boxing a bit. They have a lot of cool things here. Mini Mike Tyson, on the cover. All right, so let's discuss. I want to discuss this. The heavyweight landscape and how it looks now and how one fight can change a lot of that, okay? So I want to make a rebuttal video to my own videos. I had two videos. One, me talking about where we were and where we are now. Remember that video? And I had one when I was just really ragging on the heavyweights, and I used Deontay Wilder as somebody that was like the catalyst of the whole thing. And so let's talk about that one first. In that video, I spoke about how the heavyweights were, and I brought up George Foreman versus Ken Norton, right? And I said that Muhammad Ali was there as a commentator, and after George Foreman knocked out Ken Norton, Muhammad Ali was yelling at George Foreman from ringside, and he announced that he already signed the fight. George Foreman already signed the contract for him and Ali to have their fight, the Rumble in the Jungle. Right? So I said, man, we were from a time where, there was a time where I'm not that damn old, but there was a time where anyone who is that old, I didn't mean to throw damn in there. All right. So anyway, there was a time where George Foreman beat Joe Frazier for the belt, fought Ken Norton, and already had Ali lined up. And I said, now look at the time we are now, where you can't get Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder to save our lives, right? Well, this Deontay Wilder thing kind of rings of that a little bit. I don't really see stuff like this often. Okay, so I think I kind of put my foot in my mouth right there. Or Deontay did it for me. Deontay Wilder knocked out Brazil, already had Ortiz lined up, and apparently already had your boy Tyson Fury pretty much lined up. Okay? That's what the great ones do. All right? Not to say that he's great yet. But I'm just saying, anyone who's searching for greatness, that's what you should do, all right? So I have no problem with that. Now, tonight I'm going to be going live for the Anthony Joshua-Andy Ruiz fight. I'm going to talk about my predictions a little bit on that at the end of this video, since we're talking about the heavyweight landscape. So that's that video. Now let's talk about when I said where we were and where we are now. In that video, I said we almost had the rematch back in April, then the Brazil, then the blah, 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 then the two fights with Anthony Joshua. Where we are now looks like where we were, except for the fact that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder isn't a signed fight. Now we know that fight, we might as well not even think about that fight. Okay, that fight isn't for a while, I promise you. Because Tyson Fury, I think they're going to have a rubber match. I think it's going to be a trilogy. But the landscape, one fight, this Deontay Wilder rematch with Tyson Fury, for me, it made things look brighter. For me, okay. That rematch is a big deal. It is. It's a big deal. I know you want to find a reason to complain. Oh, it's not Anthony Joshua. It's not. Listen, it doesn't have to be the fight that you want most for it to be, a good fight or not. Okay, for example, Errol Spence isn't fighting Terrence Crawford, okay? But Errol Spence versus Sean Porter is still a great fight to watch for boxing fans. Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, still a great fight to watch for boxing fans. Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman. Those, I still want to see those fights. Yes, Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua is the big, everybody wants to see that fight. That doesn't mean no one wants to see Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, two undefeated heavyweight there's only three great ones right now. And Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder about to fight each other again. The first one was a draw. That's a great fight. That's excellent. That's an excellent fight. So that makes things look a little bit better, doesn't it? It does. It makes you feel a little bit better. So Deontay Wilder fighting Tyson Fury in a rematch. Whoever comes out of that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a trilogy. That's beautiful for boxing. We will eventually get Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Okay, there's the fight with Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. That's going to happen. That's going to happen later. But that doesn't mean that everything else is trash. That's ridiculous. Now, let's talk about the prediction. My prediction, Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz. I got Anthony Joshua by knockout. But here's the thing, though. When I saw that stare down, Andy Ruiz looked like he was about to crap himself. I'm going to be honest, man. I wasn't that impressed by how Andy Ruiz was absorbing the opportunity he has. Okay, the way he was looking. Okay, he was looking up at Anthony. Oh, we already know Andy Ruiz doesn't pass the eyeball test. We know that, but he's a skillful fighter. But what I'm saying is skillful means nothing if you're not here and here. Okay? Now, I'm not saying Andy Ruiz isn't a here and here type of fighter, but I'm talking about in that stare down. In that stare down, he lost already. I swear it. All right, so I'm a little disappointed because now I'm not expecting much tonight. I'm not expecting much tonight, which could have been something because Andy Ruiz got a lot of skill. Now, if he mess around and catch a punch by Anthony Joshua and the inner fighter is woken up and he's like, no, I ain't going to sleep tonight, and he start fighting and using all the skill that he has, then it could be entertaining again. As of right now, I'm not, I really don't see much. I'm not looking forward to much. But I think the way Anthony Joshua fight, kind of economical, he builds his fights. As far as the fight goes on, he's kind of a building block type of boxer. He's not going to knock out Andy Ruiz in the first round unless Andy Ruiz just wants to go. Okay, if Andy Ruiz got any fighting spirit in him, it's going to take a while. So I think around the 6th, that's when we start seeing Andy Ruiz starting to fade, and he may go out around the 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that. But I think it's a mid-round KO. So let me know what you think. My optimism, thank you, Deontay Wilder. I mean, I have a lot of optimism right now, and I feel great about it, okay? So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know a lot of people, when at the end of my last video, I said there's nothing really negative to say. People found negative things to say, okay? And I just don't understand it. Now, I know it's, for a lot of people, it's Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, or nothing. But that's ridiculous. There's many heavyweights. If the heavyweight division is, if you're only about one fight and one fight only, then you're not a boxing fan. As a boxing fan, though, there's many fights that I want to see. You know, I want to see Dillian White against Tyson Fury, Dillian White against Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I want to see those Usyk against Anthony Joshua. I want to see those. Okay, so I feel happy right now. Let me know how you feel. ShowBizz the adult. And don't forget, show up to my live commentary tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun like always. I'm out. Huh.